Okay, so I got my new exhaust on there. I noticed some people have to cut their flange wider. I didn't have to do that, just went right on there. And I also saw another YouTuber had an issue where he had to bend his clutch arm here down because his pipe was touching it. Don't do that. I think his problem was a problem I was going to have before I figured it out. Don't tighten this all the way down. Well, first I should mention, I got all these gaskets here. These are real cheap. A bunch of them fell in my toolbox, that's okay. But yeah, don't tighten this down all the way. Just put it on there real snug so that the pipe is movable. And once you get your mid pipe in there, then you can tighten this back down all the way. Crush that gasket. This is a result of putting on a motorcycle cover on a hot pipe. I'm probably going to put heat wrap on this anyway. Know that the pipe, the muffler, won't fit on the stock position. I could not find a bracket, a drop, or something I could make out of a drop bracket. So what I did was I got, let's see if I can get in there, one of these. I forgot exactly what these are called. There's like these metal clamps here, and you could just screw this in. That's on there real tight. The top of this bracket here is sitting on the metal frame. That's not going anywhere. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the exhaust. This thing sounds way better. It sounds beefier. What else? Because I got these aftermarket clutches here, I noticed you probably you can. I'm gonna point right here. I don't think you're gonna be able to see it. There's a pin. This is for the brake. There's a pin that pops out. That's always popped out. So when you let go of the clutch, the pin goes back in, thus turning off the rear brake. When you hold it in, the pin pops out. For some reason, the way this is designed, where am I looking here? Oh, right around here. I don't think you're going to be able to see that. The way it's designed, the pin wasn't catching on anything, so my brake light was always on. So I did something funny. Because I'm not using the air box, I'm using a pod filter. I took, where is it? Oh, right here. This is the drain for the air box. There's a little rubber thing that goes on there. I took it off, and I got it, and I shoved it up here. And oh, you could probably see. No, you can't. So that thing went right on there, and now the little peg there actually catches and puts pressure on that pin, turning off the brake light when needed, and then turning it on. Hope that makes sense. What else? Oh, so this freaking thing was a pain in the ass. The oil dipstick. I've had problems with it since I first got the bike. The threads on it are screwed up, and it started chipping off, and I don't want that stuff in my engine. Another big problem, as you can see, it's bent. I heard these things can break off and fall into your engine. I heard these things can break off and fall into your engine. I crack myself up. And that would be a pain in the ass to get out. The replacement for this was about $40 plus shipping, if I remember correctly. That is a lot of money for a dipstick on the official replacement parts for the TBR7. So, just got this in the mill. This guy right here. I don't think the stick is long enough to gauge how much oil you have in there, but as you can see, the threads are perfect. I am going to take off the rubber washer here, or grommet, and put it onto there. But this thing, it goes on there so smoothly. No more problems with this damn thing at all. And it looks cooler. So I was right by my parts store and I found sort of a better alternative to the blue Loctite, orange Loctite, or thread locker. This is stronger than the blue one, but it is also hand tool removable. A little more expensive, but worth it. And I went to Walmart and found these wire tubing. Well, they could pretty much be for anything you want them to. This was like $3. It was a huge, well, not a huge, but it was a pretty big spool of it. And what I did with this, as you probably saw earlier, is I just covered some of the sensitive wires. And I think it looks way cooler like this. What else? Oh, so I noticed the bike, after I put on the exhaust, it kind of felt like it wasn't going so fast, and I whittled it down to either two things. One, because the engine sounds, or the muffler, it sounds fast. It sounds like this thing's going way faster than it actually is. So there's probably some kind of mental thing going on where it's like it's sounding faster than it actually is, so it doesn't feel as fast. I don't know. Or I had to go up a main jet size, which I'm going to try. Oh yeah, before I forget, this thing right here, I had a bunch of these. Not this particular one I'm going to show you. I believe, let's say this thing was just like this. Forget what's in my hand. I think these are for like curtains, to hang up curtains or something. So because I cut my Nibby ignition coil too short, the spark plug boot here was touching the engine. So I got one of the hooks, bent it to a certain angle, spray painted it, and then I put it so that the boot fits on there real snug. And how it's connected, let's see here, what am I looking at? Whatever, there's just a little hole in the metal bracket here, and I just put some zip tie, and that's connected to the plastic fairing, pulling the bracket back a little, not putting too much pressure on the actual cable. And now there's a lot of space, not a lot, but enough space so that the boot doesn't start melting or something on the actual engine. And that's pretty much it for now. I've been taking this to work for the last week, and I like it. Now I'm going to just show you how it sounds. Alright, so the bike is already warmed up. Open choke.
it.
Right.